Good morning, Don Keith on the Diary of a Psychotic video blog. This video blog is brought to you by Campbell Soups. Good. Well, first thing I want to talk about is the number of mass shootings escalating. I think they're escalating. I don't know the actual numbers, but I think we're seeing one like once a week, sometimes twice a week. I don't know if that's an actual statistic, or it's just that the news is paying more attention to it now than it has in the past. But I don't think that's the case. And never mind the fact that a 6-year-old got a hold of a gun and killed their teacher. That's a whole ball of wax. And that's another that there is a gun control issue for certain. The person going out of control who owns guns is not a gun control issue. It's a mental health and stability question that permeates our civilization. Are we paying enough attention to each other so that these kinds of things just don't happen? Because it's like, hey, did you see so-and-so? Yeah, he's not acting right. It's like, did anybody see whether or not that arsenal of his is secure and that he's not able to get to it? Well, that's the part about the Second Amendment that I'm always hawking about, a well-regulated militia. If people are wanting to own an arsenal of guns, they should be part of a well-regulated militia. And that well-regulated militia is paying attention to the regulations, and it's like, hey, so-and-so's going out of control. Yeah, he's off the rails. His wife, blah, blah, this, and his kids did blah, blah, that. And it's like this. Maybe somebody should go be with him for a while so that he doesn't like go off the rails and go on a mass shooting. Just a suggestion. Well, anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was Russia committing war crimes. Yeah, it's like it's not uncommon for run-of-the-mill and rank-and-file soldiers to commit war crimes because they're not following orders or they don't have anybody to give them orders. So rogue elements created by warfare cause war crimes. I don't know about all the thought process on that, okay? So don't take much stock in that. All I saw was a news item that a couple of Ukrainian soldiers had been beheaded. I don't know whether it was after they were killed or before they were killed by the beheading. So it's just okay. Let's put that all aside again as well. Your taxes are going to have to be filed by the 15th. If not, file for an extension. There is a form that you can fill out. It's the 4668 that you can file for an extension if you owe taxes. So if you're freaking out because you filled out your 1040s and you owe some amount of tax that's like, I don't have the money. Yeah, oh, well, oops. Go file the extension. They'll give you some time. All right, they'll give you some time and you'll be able to make it off and pay it off in payments, and you'll get your taxes paid. And if you're owed a refund, why didn't you file at the beginning of the year? Okay, that's my only other question. Let's see, some other stuff that was on my mind. Did you know you might own too many vehicles? That's right. That's right. If you have personal transportation in excess of 3 vehicles, you might be one of those people that they're talking about who are bad for the ecology. Yeah. Like, you don't need a fleet of cars. If you're one person, you might need a truck, a car, and maybe a van. Okay? And it's like, but if you're one person and you are in the transportation industry, well, therein you got to start thinking about like having a lot for your vehicles and a garage and all that stuff. If you're going to be a commercial vehicle owner and you have a fleet, then do it right. Okay, I don't know where that came from. It came from some guy's been parking his 18-wheeler right outside my house. So, state police came and harassed him. Said, "What are you doing parking here in the city? Why don't you have a lot?" I'm like, well, listen to the guy, and he's like, he says, he's not going to change anything. He's not going to do anything to change. So he hides it now. He thinks he can hide a bobtail tractor. Good luck with that. And I thought I was crazy. Okay. How about some shout outs? My favorite nurse, the Rotten Tomato, my brother Billy, my sister Linda, Jeff Charles, Sherman Whitman, all the other retirees from broadcast radio that I can't remember or fail to mention. I guess this is just about as much as I can think of and as much as I can spew out. This Diary of a Psychotic was brought to you by Campbell Soups. Good.